What's up, everyone? Thank you for joining me today on another episode on this channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and also ding the bell for notifications so you'll know when I put out future videos. In today's episode, we're going to have to talk about Kristian Harloff. You know him from Collider. He's the host of Collider Jedi Council, and I think he's really the face of Collider overall. And a few days ago, he made some very, very controversial statements in regards to Disney and Star Wars. We all know that Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is opening up at Disneyland, and there's been a select amount of people from the media that have been invited to check it out. And Kristian Harloff was not one of them. I don't know if Collider as a whole wasn't invited either. I'm not sure, but he wasn't invited, and he got very, very upset. He self-admitted that he was butthurt by this. He said that he'd been busting his butt for 5 years as a Star Wars fan, but I think he meant just on like Jedi Council because that's been around for 5 years. And what I think about what he said was, I think it was very, very unprofessional of him. He made himself sound like he was entitled to be there, like he had a right to be there. And I get it. You know, you want to go and check out this place for free. You're part of the media. You're a big name in the Star Wars community, but it's not up to you, and you're not entitled to actually have a right to be there. And guys, this place, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, is very, very expensive. I'm just kind of running the numbers here. If you went there for 4 hours and you want to do everything there, it's going to cost you probably like $600 a person. You know, like if you wanted to build your own lightsaber, you know, drink beer, everything like that, it's really, really expensive. But that's another story, and I'm going to digress on that. But I want to jump into this article here on the Mary Sue, and I have to defend Kristian Harloff on this. This article says, Jedi Council hosts upset that women got invited to Disney's Star Wars park instead of him. Now, I watched the whole entire Kristian Harloff rant. He never mentioned women one time. So the Mary Sue, this is complete fake news right here. Rachel Leisman, whoever she is, wrote this article. It's a complete lie. He never mentioned that whatsoever. I can vouch for it. I saw the whole thing. Was he unprofessional? Yes. Was this producer unprofessional also by coming on and basically saying, yeah, you're going to cover it? Yeah, he was unprofessional too. The whole thing was a mess. But Kristian Harloff never was offended by women getting invited. He was just upset that he himself wasn't invited. See, this is the problem with SJWs here. They're going to make everything about race and sex. He never mentioned anything about women whatsoever. So I don't know why they even write an article on this. Like this person here says, maybe the reason Disney is making a point to invite more female journalists to Star Wars press events is because they realize the brand is being ruined by entitled priority white guys, and they want to change that. Weird how that works. Well, if one thing, Lucasfilm, Disney, don't buy what they're selling. You know, they're talking about too many white guys in Star Wars and everything, but yet they go and they hire a white guy in Rian Johnson, they hired another white guy in J.J. Abrams, and they got 2 more white guys in Benioff and Weiss, all doing Star Wars movies. Dave Filoni also, and also Jon Favreau, all white guys. Just putting that out there. They're white. And Disney and Lucasfilm said there was too many white guys. But that's another story. I'm going to digress on that. So if you actually listen to what he said, he's extremely, extremely butthurt. But it had nothing to do with women. You know, I'm pretty sure he's happy to have any kind of woman there. I mean, me personally, I don't mind women being at a press event. You know, it doesn't matter. You know, Disney is going to invite who they want to invite. I don't know who they invited to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. I know that they use the old white guys from the original trilogy and Lando Calrissian, even though none of those guys are featured in there, but I'm going to digress on that too, because Galaxy's Edge is pretty much all about the sequel trilogy. But apparently, Harloff did come back and say something about the situation. I haven't heard about it. I know it wasn't an apology. It was something along the lines that he wasn't reprimanded or anything like that. But, oh man. But this article here, it just goes off the deep end. It says here, the fact that he points out that he's called names over his Star Wars coverage is also laughable. Yeah, he said that he was called a shield and everything like that. It says mainly because any woman who loves Star Wars is constantly questioned at every turn. Time and time again, we've been asked what the machete order is. I've never even heard of this. I really haven't. I've never heard about women being questioned for being Star Wars fans. Never heard this before, but maybe they're just making stuff up. It says here, I had someone tell me that Han Solo isn't from Corellia, and when I pointed out that the stripe on the side of his pants was a Corellian blood stripe, I was told that meant nothing. Thank you, Solo, for proving him wrong. So to hear Harloff whining on air because he has spent 5 years on this has me cackling into the sunset. Sorry that women got to go to Galaxy's Edge and you didn't. Also, to make things worse, he has a planet named after him in the Star Wars universe. So, like, chill out, dude. Where did Kristian Harloff said that he was upset about women going and he wasn't invited? The Mary Sue, you got to tell me these things. The video clip is right up here. You know, you can play it if you want to. No need for me to play it. It's all over the internet. Collider actually took the video down, but a lot of people have been reacting to it. And it's there. And he never talks about women being a problem for him, getting invited, and he wasn't. It just wasn't. This is a flat out lie. You know, this just showed you how big of a divide that there is in the Star Wars fan base. And Disney and Lucasfilm, they have a lot to blame for this. You know, they started this divisiveness, you know, talking about, first off, race and gender. That's all it is in Star Wars. That's all they talk about with it. So now you have sites like the Mary Sue here that will take any kind of turn from any male, any white guy, and they're going to turn it around and put out a lie like this on Kristian Harloff. They really should apologize to him for this. I mean, they just flat out lied on the man. The man never said he was offended by women. He never said this. So it doesn't make any sense. I'm pretty sure Harloff, he said he wasn't going to cover it because he wasn't invited to cover it. His main point was he didn't want to cover it from a third party standpoint. So if Joe Blow over here covers it, Harloff said he doesn't want to cover it based off of Joe Blow's assessment of it. He wants to be there in person to give his assessment. And he said he's going to go there, I believe, in the next few years or so. He lives in LA, so he's right there. But like I said, this place is really, really expensive. So I don't know if he actually wants to spend his own money to go there, give an assessment of it, because I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't mind going and see this, but one thing, it doesn't feature the originals or the prequels. It's strictly Disney Star Wars. They're killing the past, and they're going to charge you an arm and a leg for this place. I mean, $200 to build your own lightsaber, $25,000 if you want to build your own droid. So the prices are just outrageous. I won't be going to Galaxy's Edge anytime soon. I'm pretty sure it'll look cool, but I'm not a big fan of the sequel trilogy anyway. But the Mary Sue, stop lying on people. Stop lying on people. This is what the Mary Sue does. This is exactly what they do. They're completely wrong on this. He was never offended by women. So, but if I'm wrong, guys, you let me know this in the comments, because I've heard nothing like this whatsoever. So I'm defending Kristian Harloff today. But if you want to say something different, let me know that in the comments. So But anyway, let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments. If you're new here to the channel, please hit subscribe to catch future videos from me, and we will catch you on the next video. John Matrixx out.